Mr. Maritime, Sammy. Can't forget High Tower, a.k.a. High Tower. And on the ones and twos, your boy got the record. Face off DJ Bang. We got sports, current events, social issues, main topics, maritime, and much more. Let's get it.
What's up? How y'all doing? Welcome to Sparring Minds. Again, this is Sam Little, Mr. Maritime.
High Tower, a.k.a. High Tower. What's good?
Come on, man. Jermaine gonna push me in the third spot, which is bullshit. You already know who it is, man. It's your boy Charlie Hustle, a.k.a. Charles Jones, man.
And last but not least, back in my regular spot where I usually go, they say the best for last. Chef Main Topic in the building.
Fellas, what's really good, man?
Everything's all right. I was wondering how long y'all were going to stay silent. Which one y'all were going to joust and just be like, okay.
I was waiting, and the nigga didn't even want to move. I was just like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Listen, I always just jump out there second, man. I know how it goes.
Me and Maine, we're going to be ego tripping for that third and fourth spot forever.
Just out there playing chicken with us, huh?
Yeah.
Playing chicken.
Word up.
Well, let's jump right on into it. I'm hosting today, so let's jump into the big, topic of basically the whole weekend. Cardi B and Meg's new song WAP. A lot of outrage out there over that. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, because to me, it's nothing new. I mean, we've had Luke.
First off, let me say this. I haven't heard the record, right? So I assume one of y'all is going to tell me how this is different than Little Kim talking about deep throating and, Cardi, what she's done in her career and, Luke and all these motherfuckers like this. There's been some crazy shit. I can yell, you know what I mean? They've been doing this for a long time. So what's the record about? Why is it so different than what we've already heard?
Well, the name of the song is called WAP. W-A-P in all caps. And each of those three letters represent something very specific on a young lady. It's usually a good thing.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna leave it there.
You want to inform us what those what that sounds?
Real quick, this ain't no motherfucking PG show. So if you tuned in thinking our show is PG, you put the wrong dial, B. So with that said, WAP stands for what exactly? So we can be told.
Okay, so WAP stands for wet ass pussy.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm not really big on the P word. I use snatch or whatever the case may be, but let's just put it out there. The elephant in the room. Yeah, I prefer snatch. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying?
I prefer wet ass pussy, so yeah, I understand what you're
saying. Hey yo, I don't even know what's worse, yo.
What, you mean wet ass pussy or snatch? Come on, stop it.
Yeah, man.
Yo, snatch sounds like bargain basement wet ass pussy, dog. That sounds like discount wet ass pussy. That sounds like not really wet ass pussy. That's what it sounds like, dog. I don't want to snatch the fuck out of here.
Nah, knock it off, dog. You know what I mean? But this feels like fake outrage to me. Never mind the Uchi Wallies. Never mind all I want for my birthday is a big booty hole. We can dial it back to our parents' days. Okay, let's talk about Clarence Carter stroking. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I've been doing. That's my nigga.
But again, the lyrics of it, you know what I'm saying? He says something, don't stick it too fast, because she's like, yo, you could stick it up my ass, you know what I mean? Like, this is on the record stroking, which is something our parents listen to. I remember listening, my aunt used to play this record. She loved this record. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, it just feels like fake outrage with the song. People don't like Cardi or Megan, whatever the case may be. It's nothing we've never heard before. And, like, I'm seeing a lot of guys, like, in my age bracket, like talking about it. Like, come on, man. You know, I know Chuck hates the playing two sides of it, but you listen to rap that's been talking about women for years in such a derogatory manner. Like, let's cut the fake outrage. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I heard this song and saw the video. I like both, so
I like both too.
Yeah, so I don't see no issues at all for me. You know what I mean?
Well,
And I like WAP, so I mean, like, let's just 3 for 3, dog. You know?
Word.
I'm like you, Chuck. I didn't hear the whole song. I heard parts of it. I didn't hear the whole song, no.
So what do they say on this record? Again, pardon me, I haven't heard it. I'm gonna listen to it tonight. But what do they say that's more egregious than what Akinyele was talking about and put it in your mouth?
So one lyric in particular that's like out there, like one like bar, is how Cardi says, "I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring." She basically letting you know, like, listen, I don't do any of that stuff, but listen, I didn't need any of those skills to be married. I'm married, I have a child, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
she said she got that WAP.
Any of those skills. And it could have just been a play on words also. We don't really know whether she said that. That was something that stood out there to people that they highlighted. And again, no big deal. Feels like fake outrage.
Wait, that's the hang up? People upset about that line?
No, I don't know if it's that's one of them. That is one of them that I've been seeing out there. Like, what does she mean? She don't cook. She don't cook. Like, yo, knock it off, bro. Like, it could have just been a play on words for all we know, because we don't know if she's really doing those things. But that was something that I saw people talking about online with it. And get them the fuck out.
Why do people constantly compare themselves to celebrities? She didn't get married till she was a celebrity, so maybe she didn't have to cook it clean. She was Cardi B before she got married. She was already living the life. So she probably didn't have. I mean, whether it's true or false, we can play semantics all day. But if I'm Cardi B, I'm not cooking and cleaning. I got money to take care of that. Someone else can take care of that for me. That's not a slight.
Fair to say.
It shouldn't be viewed. It shouldn't be viewed as one. It shouldn't be viewed as one either.
Right.
The people who have a problem with this kind of record are the people who don't have wet ass pussy, or the people who don't have access to wet ass pussy. Like that's the kind of people who have a problem with this kind of record, right? Like it's nothing to hit skip on a record, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing to be like, that's not my choice of music. It's not nothing for that, right? Kim went platinum. Akinyele went fucking. I think that single went platinum. It might have been multiple times platinum.
Oh my
So,
God.
Come on, like, just beat it, bro. Like, if you want to be a prude, if you want to be someone who's like, okay, let's go to the bedroom, let's turn off all the lights, let's have sex under the blankets, that's certainly your prerogative, right? But these young ladies are speaking about shit that's happening in real life. They're speaking about, sexual acts that people are performing regularly. They're speaking about sexual acts that I'm about to perform as soon as I get off this call. Like, that's what they're talking about. Like, they're just talking about real life shit. So,
facts.
beat it, Joe.
No, it ain't. Don't listen to Chuck. He ain't getting nothing till he replace that battery. If you know, you know.
Yeah. We're not gonna do that on this show, man. Like, fellas, just replace the motherfucking fucking carbonation battery thing that's in your. Just replace it, man. That way your wife don't be on your back, and you have access to wet ass pussy when you do. So yeah, that's just.
She's not gonna like you after this.
Yeah.
She's not gonna like you after this episode.
Yeah.
But moving on, let's go back into last week Thursday. Let's go on recap the verses. Rick Ross versus 2 Chainz. We had a live going for that.
Yes.
And I thought it was a lot closer than what it seemed. But I'm watching on Facebook. A lot of people are like, "Nah, Ross really washed him."
Well, let's define what a wash is.
Mm-hmm.
Is it more than 5? Because if so, he got washed.
I would agree with that. I would agree.
I
think
think
it's more than
Washington would
5.
have to be more than 10 somewhere. Like because
Out of 20?
Out of 20,
I mean,
no.
50%.
Yeah, that's not a wash. That's even.
Wait. We're talking about two different things. If I have 5, if I won the matchup by 5 or more songs, you have been washed. That's how I'm looking at this.
Yeah, because that score is 15-5.
Right. Right. Okay. I agree.
That
Okay.
wasn't the case. And that wasn't the case. That was not the
Yeah.
case here. I mean, Rick Ross won, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But, you know, it wasn't a wash. You know what I mean? People were calling it boring. I mean, I thought it was pretty, I don't know, maybe it's just because I was a little lit that night. You know what I'm saying? It just felt different. But, like, I thought it was good. I thought 2 Chainz, again, he hung on more than people thought. And the showmanship, you know, people were, oh, he brought in strippers. Like, well, I mean, like, he was playing a song called Bands and They Could Dance. I mean, like,
Yeah.
what's the, you know, I didn't see the big thing with that. You know what I mean? I guess the one thing I did look at in thinking about is that, yo, Rick Ross catalog is stupid. Like his catalog, his body of work is just crazy when you just think about songs that he didn't even play in that. He didn't touch any of the Maybach joints. You know, he only played like maybe 2 of his songs with Jay. You know what I'm saying? It felt like a Drake verse was in there, was in the verses because both of them had so many records, you know, with Drake. So it was good. I won't say it's one of the better ones. It was entertaining, but there's still a couple that I would have over it. But it was entertaining, definitely.
Can I just say this real quick? First off, shout out to everybody who joined us for that versus. That was easily our best, most interactive, it was just our best versus party for Sparring Our Minds, and so we really appreciate y'all joining us with that. I mean, we had over 400 comments, just, you know what I mean? So
Right.
that's super dope. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Secondly, can I just talk about the ego, the bravado, the amount of testosterone, the balls on Rick Ross to continuously walk around with no shirt on, right? Like I can't speak to the amount of intestinal fortitude someone has to have to be able to look like that with no shirt on and still walk around with no shirt. Like, so salute to the boss, salute to the biggest boss.
He's
Look like what?
himself. He's comfortable with himself, man.
Yeah, I'm not that comfortable, my nigga. So
Nothing
salute
wrong
to
with
Ross. I couldn't do it.
Doing the money dance, when you doing the money dance like he is and all that, you walk around flossing.
Could give a
Got the
fuck.
You know what I mean?
Salute to Ross. But the one thing, I guess I would say this, the one downside of that versus, and again, I'm nitpicking because this is in my top 3. The down is that the intro, the way it started, them niggas was too cool. Like, it didn't seem like they was really interested. It didn't seem like they was like lit to be there. They were just walking around like, and I'm like, come on, but bring some energy to this. This is a show for me. You know what I mean? So you know, we're living in a pandemic time where I can't make it to the concert. This is the next best thing. Give me a reason to be here. Give me a reason to help boost those numbers that you're trying to get. So, I mean, outside of that, man, it was a credible spot. So I can't wait for the next one.
I think them following up Snoop and X and the kind of energy that they showed on it was a tough act to follow. Yeah. But I do agree they were a little too cool for school at first, but they sitting there smoking, drinking. So their energy wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, like the others. And I don't think after a while it got a little bit better. But yeah, I think it was tough to follow up and kind of match that energy versus what like Snoop and X did. That was, you know, a different kind of energy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout also to the showmanship. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, man, but you know, you bringing strippers out and making it rain like that was crazy. And the only thing that could have topped that was somebody getting a massage during the fucking thing. And both took place in that versus battle. So like
that was great.
Like, you getting a full body massage by a bad chick, that says something to me, bro. Like, that's impressive. So yeah, that's great showmanship. I love shit like that. Just give me a good show, man. So salute, Ross. 2 Chainz, incredible spot.
A little more flair to it, you know.
Woo!
A little
Yeah.
more flair style.
Any more verses popping up? Anything out there you guys seen?
I think you put
There's been a lot of
something-
teasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. My bad.
I think Little had put something up about Rakim calling Big Daddy Kane out
Yeah.
for verses, and then KRS-One basically said he would annihilate LL in the verses.
No, he wouldn't.
Which
No, he
I
wouldn't.
which I don't think he would. I think that would
No.
it would be great for the culture, but I don't think he would annihilate him. And then I think that was it as far as like things I've been talking about. You know, everybody clearly wants to get in on the verse. I'm hoping since we didn't get Rick Ross and T.I. that maybe we'll get a T.I. versus Jeezy. I know Hightower's not really a big Young Jeezy fan, but I think that would be a good matchup as far as Atlanta goes. But, you know, so many different ways you can go after this, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well,
Just say this real quick before we move off of that. I'm disappointed that KRS will call out LL. I know it's a sticking point for him. That whole thing was a sticking point for him, right? But let's keep it 100. We're doing these verses because we want to see people who the masses fuck with, right?
yeah.
And the
Not
last time
necessarily.
we saw KRS, pause. I fuck with KRS. You must learn. I'm there. Like, I fuck with you, right? Always. The
Is
last
he that
time we
relevant
saw
though?
KRS, he was in a scuffle with Nelly and barely getting by on a battle with Nelly. You know what I mean? So, like, stop, dog. Like, I fuck with you. You're one of my guys, but my son probably doesn't know who you are. Most of the people who's watching these versus battles probably is very, like, KRS.
No, I think you have to have stuff to satisfy every era of music. You can't just stick to one certain thing. You have to have. Again, this is why they had Fred Hammond versus Kirk Franklin to satisfy people who go to church and stuff like that. I think you have to have, and it really hasn't been no old school matchup yet.
And that's where I was going, man. Is that
you know what I'm saying? So I think LL and KRS-One or Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, those are two good ones that, I mean, we can identify with people from our age bracket and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's not on my top 3 of what I want to see next, but I wouldn't mind it if it happened. You know what I mean?
I think you saw LL versus KRS. You're gonna fuck around and see 105,000 views.
You never know, man.
No, you're not. On LL by himself is gonna bring in a good 500,000. You crazy?
Sparring Minds will be there, but I guarantee you they're not gonna push 200,000.
You don't think so? You don't think KRS-One and LL would?
No.
At least 200?
LL's gonna bring the people. It's gonna be a wash on top of that too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a body. That will be a body.
Yes, it will. It
Listen,
will be a body.
I fuck with KRS. I'm just telling you, LL got hits after hits after hits. KRS was the founding father. We all respect him for that, but he don't have hit after hit in comparison to LL. He don't got that.
We're talking ladies records versus more hip hop records.
Yep.
Right? Because LL has more of the ladies records than he does really the the South Bronxes and that type of stuff. Like I don't know.
He's gonna bring you 4, 3, 2, 1s. I'm just telling you that when we look at the 20, here's what we're gonna do. Don't even worry about it. Sparring Minds, we're gonna put up a post with the top 20 songs from each one of these artists, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna look at it. But when you get to number 7, 8, 9 by KRS, it's gonna look real weak. It's gonna look. But then LL's gonna fill that 20 in a hurry. We'll do it. We'll sit down and we'll make an exercise of it.
Yeah. KRS-One has over 15 or something albums.
Okay. How many songs on the top of your head? You can name 20 records KRS gonna play?
No, I can't. I smoke, so I can't do that. But again, you can have 24 verses with LL. that you definitely can. So
you got that with KRS?
I feel like you can. So
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think you got it.
This is what I would like for us to do, and I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. How we would maybe we'll have Sammy pick out a hat. The four of us will put LL, KRS, Rakim, and Big Daddy Kane's names in a hat. Whenever each one of us draw, we have to do, and we can create our own verses.
That's a good idea.
And do it like that. Well, I'm sorry, this is actually Hightower's verse. So this is actually Hightower's idea because he talked about it in a group. So I don't want to make it seem like this is my idea. This is actually my brother Hightower's.
It's cool. It's cool.
Back over there. I mean, I know we're a crew, but I still got to give you your props and I don't want you
gotta give him his credit.
I know you sitting back there like, wait a minute, man. We talking about
this should sound familiar.
No.
Let's do it. I'm gonna be upset if I draw KRS-One though.
See, I was gonna say, don't give me KRS.
That whole group. But it's all right. Let's do it.
If you know music, you can fit 20 from each one, dog.
But man, here's the problem. We could all pick 20 great records, right? But we're talking about things that are verses worthy. Rakim's catalog is incredible lyrically, but we're talking about things that are verses worthy. I don't think it's gonna get there, bro. This is a great exercise. I'm looking forward to it. Let's do it.
But it all gives us, each of us, time to do homework on whichever name we draw.
I'm in.
Yeah.
So, salute to Hightower for this great idea.
Well, I gave Hightower the idea, so I don't want to.
Oh, here we go.
So people, please, soon, sometime this week, hopefully before Wednesday, Chuck.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, put it in the group. Everybody tune in, check it out.
Yeah, we'll do that. We got the comedy stuff coming up too, so we got a pretty full week coming for the people. So
Definitely.
Speaking of comedy, how are we doing in the comedy?
Friday was catching the body as we all expected in the first round. What's tough is we only got 16 in this, right? But some are just so dominant, you can't expect it to lose early, and Friday was just one of those, right? And the second matchup was Life versus Anchorman.
Oh, man.
Anchorman was a really good comedy.
Word.
Really good.
And I'm taking a really good ass whipping right now.
Because Life is a classic. And when you pick 16 movies like this, all of them are really good. All of them are going to be really good or better. Life is just a classic. It's just a juggernaut. And that's going to make the next round very interesting when it goes up against Friday. So we'll stay tuned for that. But like Sammy and Maine said, we'll get some more of those rolled out Monday morning. So when we release this video, those new matchups will be up. So y'all stay tuned for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. And real quick before we move on, just real quick though, we are going to have the listeners and the viewers of our show pick the next tournament that we do once the comedy thing is over too. So just want to be clear, we want all our viewers and listeners, tuned in so that they can pick the next thing that we do.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Hey, y'all want to talk sports?
Let's do it.
Let's talk about Maine's man, Luka.
Wait a minute, hold up. Can I just say this real quick? Because I feel like a fucking dummy.
Go ahead.
I got the headphones on my ear, and my headphones ain't even plugged up. Hold on, let me get right. Go ahead, bro.
Yo.
Was you drinking?
Yo, get me the fuck out of here, man. You kidding me? Go ahead, Sammy. What the?
Nah,
Go ahead, man. Shit.
Yo.
Oh shit.
What's that you drinking? The Corona Lights?
It's a fucking Corona seltzer. Like, this ain't shit. It's passed, by the way, too.
Jumping into some sports a little bit. Talk about Maine's man, Luka. He had a crazy game yesterday. What did you say he scored? 36?
Luka in a big win, I believe overtime win versus the Bucks last night.
Yeah.
Luka had 34 points, 19 assists, and 14 rebounds, including one pass that was just crazy. A pick and roll through the legs down in just insane. Again, we've seen stuff like this before. Russ has put up amazing stats in the last few years during MVP, but Russ wasn't in his third year in the league doing this kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Can I just say this real quick? Maine just tried to jump the gun on my rebuttal, and that's some real bullshit. He knew we talked in the pre-show, and I said, "Yo, Luka don't impress me. Russ has already put up monster numbers, and now he used that same shit now in the show. So now I can't rebut it."
I know what bullshit you were gonna say, so I just wanted to put it out there before you did. I know what bullshit you were gonna say.
So is it solid to say that Luka's standings in what was it, the rankings? What was that? Was that ESPN or
a Bleacher Report?
Oh,
Bleacher Report.
So is it solid to say that he's top 5?
Yeah.
Who's top? I mean,
it's legit.
Again, based on the season right now, because again, you still have Steph Curry that's not playing. You still have Kevin Durant that's not playing. Kyrie Irving. I'm just saying, you still have a couple guys not playing.
Ben Simmons now.
Luka's better than Kyrie.
At what?
Everything.
Everything but dribbling.
Everything but dribbling. Everything but dribbling. But Luka has dribbled, so don't get it twisted.
I'm going to reserve some judgment until I see, and I love Luka. Luka Brasi is the nickname I gave him. But until I see him in a playoff series do the things that he's doing now and in big, meaningful games, I can't say he's better than so-and-so right now. He hasn't proven on that stage yet that he can do that.
Okay.
All right, let me just say this.
Finals.
Yeah.
I haven't saw that yet.
I don't like that playoff stuff, but that's a whole different conversation.
Me either, man, because he didn't get there by himself. He had to get there with Braun.
Facts.
So
we're just talking about the individuals. Now you're bringing teams into it.
Okay, so if we're talking individuals, if we're talking individuals, game for game, I think Luka's better.
Okay. Again, I want to see Luka hit a big shot in a game 7 of a championship to win it. You know what I mean? Like
that's ridiculous.
He may not.
What do you mean?
No. He's already hit game. He's already hit game winners
in the playoffs. So now we discounting the playoffs from the regular season.
No. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna add playoffs to the itinerary, then that kind of changed the argument because again, Kyrie didn't get there like on his own like Luka will.
Kyrie's never been to the playoffs. Without actually no, he got there with the Celtics. He got there with the Celtics, but you know when he was by himself,
Celtics was a good team.
Yeah. But when he was in Cleveland, Kyrie, what did Kyrie do? Just put up numbers.
Nothing. Just put up numbers.
Cleveland management, they were drafting guys like Anthony Bennett. Okay, like let's be clear on that too.
I didn't understand that either. That was stupid.
Your front office still has to get the people around you. Like Porzingis is a bum now.
Listen, what I'm saying is a game winner is a game winner, whether it's playoffs or regular season. They just beat the Bucks.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hold on.
The division leading Bucks on top of that.
Yeah, the league leading
Bucks.
The league leading Bucks.
With Giannis.
A game winner doesn't matter if it's if it's regular season, playoffs, whatever it can be, it don't matter. It's a game winner. That's what I'm hearing?
I would say so.
I would say it takes the same amount of skill. You got to be in position to get the ball and knock down the shot.
The bigger stage does not matter. That's interesting. The bigger stage doesn't matter in what you do.
I don't think it matters because I think Ray Allen's 3 for the Heat was no different than any 3 he's hit before.
That's insane.
No.
That's a champion.
That shot right there.
That is insane for you to say that. Bro.
But he could have hit that shot. He could have hit that shot in any game. Is my point. Whether it was playoff or not, he's capable of making that shot. I'm saying Luka's capable of making that shot, regardless of the temperature.
Like I see what Maine's talking about the pressure because the bigger the game, the pressure.
There's more at stake for a playoff championship game than there is for a regular season game. You guys are putting all that in one thing. Like, so if he hits it in a 81 game out of 8, that matters as game 7 of the finals.
Still a game winner, man.
That's a conversation for another day because we won't even have enough time. That's crazy though. We definitely got to revisit that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Luka.
Yeah. Great talent. We also got your boy Dame Lillard and Paul George going at it back and forth a little bit in the news.
Dame is a fucking stud.
Yeah, he
Yes,
is.
he is.
And so what happened last night, if you don't know, is that Portland was down 2, or down 1. No, it was down 2. Was it down 2 or down 1?
They were down one.
Down one.
They were down 1? Okay. They were down
1.
1, and Dame missed both free throws with 18 seconds left on the clock. Then whoever they were playing, I can't remember who. The Clippers, obviously. The Clippers came down, scored, went up 3, and Dame missed the 3 at the buzzer. But in that, Dame was talking shit to the bench of the Clippers. They contacted Patrick Beverly to get out on the floor, and stop being dressed in street clothes. And then, so when he missed those free throws, Patrick Beverly and Marcus Morris were on the bench doing a whole bunch of chatting. It's just, listen, Dame's the face of a franchise. Patrick Beverly and Marcus Morris, they're not Dame. And so, Dame has drilled those shots in Paul George's face many a time. He's hit it on other teams many a time. He's knocked out playoff contenders. He's hit buzzer beaters at the end of playoff games, like Maine was talking about. He's hit buzzer beaters in Game 5 of the regular season. Dame Dillard he's an absolute stud. And so, knock it off.
Like Dame said, he takes it as respect, that they respect his game. They know what he can do. It is what it is.
They do. Shout out to Dame.
Definitely fair to say. And they started trolling him afterwards. You know what I mean? And it didn't go the way they wanted to, especially when Paul George got involved, because, he basically told Paul George, you're running from the grind. And you've switched a couple of teams in the past few years. You know what I mean? Whereas I was drafted here, I'm staying here, I'm looking to build it up. Which he makes great points in regards to, talking about Paul George. But again, they've both only been to the conference finals. You know what I'm saying? Even as lead guys, Paul George with Indiana and Dame since he's been with Portland. You know what I mean? So I love Dame's response to it. And I think there's nothing wrong with good old-fashioned rivalries in the NBA and a little trash talking, especially in this era where everybody's buddy, like team up and all that stuff. So this is great theater. This is great to see. You know what I mean? Like it's like having Charles Barkley and Draymond Green in the studio for TNT when they had their little back and forth or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good for the game, man. Nothing more, nothing less.
I just want
I'm waiting for that diss track.
Oh yeah, you ain't gonna spit something.
I'm waiting for that diss track from Dame. You're gonna have something coming.
They might have a studio in the bubble, so he might bring that in here. Word up.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of Draymond, real quick before we get to what are you guys' opinion on him getting fined for saying Devin Booker should be out of Phoenix? He needs to leave Phoenix and go somewhere else.
I think it was stupid of them finding him.
Yeah, I think the fine is foolish.
Yeah.
The tampering fine in and of itself it's a stupid concept, right? When it involves, and maybe I have to think about that some more, but I'm going to say that now. We'll talk about it some more. It's stupid when it involves players, right? If it was a GM, a team owner, people with the ability to pull the trigger on a move like that, then I can see why it could play some weight. But if it's just a player talking on the sidelines, especially something as nondescript as this, I'm kind of like, I don't really care either way. Like, whatever. And now if a GM is like, hey, Devin Booker, don't worry, I'm coming to get you. Then it's like, wait a minute, hold on, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of egregious. But right now it's like, come on, man. Who's Draymond? Draymond, I got to walk into the GM and be like, yo, go get Devin Booker. Come on.
So the only reason I could even see that being an issue is because it was well documented that Draymond was openly recruiting Kevin Durant or called Kevin Durant after they lost to the Cavaliers in the finals after Kyrie hit that amazing shot in the championship. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason why I could see that. You know what I mean? But I don't see Devin Booker leaving the Suns. I don't see that. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. I mean, I don't know him personally, but he just seems like he's wanting to stay there and kind of build up what he has going on there.
Let me say this real quick as we talk about D Book, who's one of my favorite players in the league. So there was some. I read the local news for Phoenix just because I'm a fan of D Book. So I read their local news, and they were talking about how D Book was frustrated with the fact that the team didn't go out and get D'Angelo Russell when they had the opportunity to. This is back here when last year when the Nets were moving D'Angelo to make room for Durant and Kyrie, and they'll try to give D'Angelo away. Ended up sending him to Golden State, but Devin Booker had gone to the GM and was like, "Yo, go get D'Angelo Russell." And I guess what ended up happening was they said that D'Angelo Russell was too immature and they didn't want him to adversely affect Devin Booker's growth. And Devin
Time
Booker
out.
was like, "Fuck you talking about? That's my man." Like, so Devin Booker felt a way about that. Now that's coming from the Phoenix, the media,
Okay.
local news out there. So,
Mhm.
if for me to say, "Oh no, he's never leaving Phoenix," I don't know. If they're not going to treat him like a star player. And if a star player, just like Michael Jordan said, "Yo, go get me Rodman." If your star player saying, "Yo, go get this guy," I could use that help. And they'd be like, "Nah, sorry, he's gonna make you do immature things." What?
I have a question. Other than the Swaggy P incident, what in the news have we heard about D'Angelo Russell?
Not much.
So, I mean, where's this immaturity coming from? I mean, he's still young though, but
Yeah.
Being
No, in the
I
NBA. In the NBA, once they label you as something, you kind of stuck with that for a long time. You know what I mean? That's just how the NBA.
Until you prove yourself out of it. Yep.
Yeah, it's always been that way.
I mean, because D'Angelo, when he was in Brooklyn, was an all-star. He got picked to be an all-star.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And so D'Angelo Russell has that level of talent. D'Angelo Russell is super duper talented, and he has definitely matured a lot. I feel like Magic kind of dropped the ball with that one, because he was all on, Lonzo Ball,
Yeah.
who is not there
Literally.
anymore. who's not there anymore. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I feel like that, he kind of dropped the ball with that one. But he had to do what he had to do at the time.
Yeah, if I'm Booker, I'm out of there. First train smoking, I'm out of there if I'm Booker.
Yeah, we talked about this on a recent show. Phoenix has never been a really good organization from a managerial standpoint. So
they've gotten better though. They've gotten better, and they're 5-0 in the bubble now.
really?
They've got him a really good coach, and they've got pretty good young talent on the rise. I think, like, leave and go where? Like, I just don't understand this thing of like why not build your own you know what I mean? If you can build your own foundation, build your own team. Anywhere he goes, he's gonna go to a probably more talented team to link up with another good player. You know what I mean? When you can build your foundation there, they have pretty good pieces there, I feel like. So I hope
That's what he was trying to do when he was asking for D'Angelo to come over. I mean, he's already there.
They still got good pieces though. Phoenix they've gotten better. They weren't the same trash that they were before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've gotten a lot better. And again, they're 5-0 since being in the bubble. And Devin Booker is a big reason Monty Williams has him playing on both ends of the floor. His all-around game is much better now. You know what I mean? So I think having a good coach there, a good GM there, I think those things matter. You know what I'm saying? So I hope James Jones keeps building and gets some more talent. But I like where he's at Phoenix. So I hope he stays.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess moving on. I mean, we can also bring up J. Cole being offered a NBA tryout. I mean, he did play ball. Rapper wanting to follow in Master P's footsteps. Rap, get into the NBA now and follow his next dream.
Yeah.
I mean, he was walk on at St. John's. I mean, how y'all guys feel about that? Do you think he has a chance?
You hope it's not a marketing tool. That's what you hope. Detroit doesn't sell many tickets anymore, and obviously now with this bubble situation, and it's not about their stadium. But you hope they're not trying to bring in J. Cole just to help sell, merch. Imagine what a J. Cole jersey would go for. You just wonder if you hope that's not the thing. You hope they're bringing him in to help the franchise. But they're not even a bubble team. They're not even a team that's vying for the playoffs right now. So.
Yeah, not a bubble team.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I like it. You know what I mean? Like again, if it's sincere on, like you said, on both sides of, like even himself, like is he really taking it serious? You know what I mean? Like again, this is nothing we haven't saw before with Master P doing it, and like I don't. Again, another thing where I see people outraged, like, oh, yo, you know, why is he getting a tryout? Well, I mean, like, why do NBA players go in the booth and rap? Like, when do you ever hear rappers come out and say, hey, this NBA player shouldn't be in the booth? That's been going on for a while. Like, I don't. And again, I saw some people comment about that today because some NBA player, I want to say his name is Devontae Green, said something about, you know, I wish I was able to become a rapper and get a free NBA tryout. Like, I mean, if you're good, you're good. They'll come and find you.
Devontae Green is his name?
I think that's his name.
Devontae? Yeah, I think I know he's a forward, right?
I think that's his name.
Devontae, here's what I challenge you to do. Go play J. Cole one-on-one. And if he beat you, then he take your roster spot. Since you got so much confidence that he don't belong there.
Yeah.
Right. I don't see it. You know what I mean? Right. We saw that with the No Limit documentary last week. You know what I mean? With P and like he got 2 tryouts. And he made it to the last cut on both of them. You know what I mean? So clearly, it wasn't just about who he was. It was about him actually like being good enough to be on the team. Which, you know what I mean? I don't think J. Cole would just get an invite if he wasn't at least good enough to compete for a spot. You know what I mean? Like they're not doing that. So.
Yeah, and he's still competing for the spot. It's not like he's a walk-on.
Right.
He still has to prove his worth on an NBA level. So I mean,
exactly.
What's all the back talk for? You know what I mean? I don't get it.
That's corny.
Just guys hating, man. It's like guys gotta cut that out.
That's what it feels like. You
know? Fellas, do we have a main topic today, or Ask Chuck, or are we gonna just move on?
We gotta get Hightower gotta get out of here, right? Like 7 minutes in.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, Sammy, let me hijack you for a minute here. Let me just ask y'all a quick question. We're gonna do this in 3 minutes, and how's that? That work for your time frame?
That's cool, but y'all can rock if I can just hop off. It don't matter.
No, we're gonna take care of it right now. This is gonna be short. Give me 3 minutes. So, peak game. I want y'all to walk with me. There's a young lady who's 29 years old, right? So, pardon me, real quick. So, if you've tuned into Sparring Minds, you know Charles Jones offers freestyles this shit. Come on, at any point in the show. So this is nothing new. Okay, back to what I was saying. So there's a 29-year-old lady, right, who goes to a relationship specialist, right? And she says to the relationship specialist, I'm 29. I really want to settle down, start my family, right? So I need you to help me find a man. The next day, the relationship specialist sends her on a date with a man. They go on this date. One thing leads to another. They end up fucking the first night. Okay? The next day, after they end up having sex, the relationship specialist calls the man and says, yo, listen, I just found out that you are married. Why didn't you tell me this? The guy says, you didn't ask. Right? So, in this situation, who is the most at fault? The relationship specialist, the woman, or the man? Sammy.
First and foremost, if you're calling yourself a specialist, you have to go through all the details of who you're hooking these people up with. So I would say she's at fault. The specialist, he or she's at fault.
Okay.
Oh, but that nigga's a villain, man. That nigga's a villain.
Name.
That nigga's a villain, though.
Fault, man? Who's most at fault?
Yo, man, I'm all for manpower, but the homie is definitely the villain in this situation. To me, only because like you know what you're getting into. Also, so maybe unless your conscience can just allow you to block all that out, like you know what you're about to engage into. You know that you're married and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure I can completely let him off. Now again, it takes 2 to tango. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, maybe you can divide that, the blame. But I feel like the guy is the most to be fault in that situation.
Hightower, who was the most at fault in this situation?
I'm with Maine, man. If you're married and you trying to do some other stuff and you don't divulge that information, like you're just not being upfront about it, and that just makes you the villain, man.
If she didn't ask,
Chuck, before I hijack you, Chuck. All right, I have a question. Now, he's married and separated, or married?
See?
And married? Because listen, I've dated a woman, and she was still legally married.
Stick
but
to
they
what
were
we
separated.
are talking about. You guys,
but we are.
Yo, you and Chuck.
No, fam. Listen. Listen. But man, listen. He did not say that he had a family at home and they were married. He just stated that he was married.
Yeah.
Listen, so I just needed to know.
Yeah. So we're not going to do this right now.
He's married.
Listen, we'll do this. We'll do this on our discussion group page. So y'all tune into the Sparring Minds discussion group page. We're gonna put this up there. We want to hear y'all comments about it. But I'm gonna say this: from the dude perspective, all this relationship specialist did was serve me pussy on a silver platter. That's all they did, right? You hit me up and said, "Hey, do you want to take this girl out?" Okay, right? Like if you're not gonna do your due diligence and make sure. Thanks.
Yeah, you're the specialist.
I'll take your specialist, not me.
So, what did you tell your wife as you're getting ready to go out on a date with this young lady that you met from the relationship? None
of that's discussed here. None of that's discussed here, brother.
Oh, okay.
We talking about of individuals. Who's the most likely? Listen, none of this happens if the relationship specialists don't hook her up with this guy. None of this happens. Nobody's upset. But because this relationship specialist didn't do their job correctly, now there's some angry people walking around. Just do they angry?
You don't know how to curve?
Why? There's fastball over the plate.
Really?
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yard work. Hey. That's a 3-run shot right there, man. Yeah, so we're going to put that up on the page for you. We're going to get y'all comments and thoughts. Just agree with me and Sammy, really. I think that's your safest bet. Just agree with me and Sammy.
Absolutely not.
Please do.
You want to stick with Mr. Puma, and you want to stick with the chef on this one, man. Definitely.
Yo, Sammy, get us out of here. We gotta get Ant going to school, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump into the mirror time. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. So
shit.
I'm gonna say goodbye.
I love you.
Can I give one? We got like a minute or two.
No, go ahead.
I just want to give a parting shot to the CVS pharmacy. They are partners with my job, Community Servants, and I did 2 interviews with them this week. I did one on Tuesday where it was one over the phone, and then they liked my interview so much they actually wanted to do a live with me. So Friday I sat and did a live interview with CVS, the CVS pharmacy, and their partnership with Community Servants. It was dope. They want to talk to graduates of the Teaching Kitchen program, which is affiliated with Community Servants. So it was a really good interview, really good opportunity. And salute CVS Pharmacy for that look.
Amazing. Hi, Tom. Any parting shots?
Shout out to the listeners, man. We appreciate y'all.
Yes. Please subscribe, follow. Check us out. We're everywhere. Facebook, Instagram.
Real quick, shout out. Welcome home, Joel Santana.
Hey.
The best rapper out of the group.
Come on, Sammy.
Absolutely not.
Sparring Minds. It's your boy, Charles Jones, a.k.a. Charlie Hustle.
Hi, Tower. What's up?
Oh, okay.
See how they fumbled that, man? That's terrible, bro.
Hey, listen, you jumped in there and went first.
Man. That make us look real amateur hour, B. Real terrible out here.
Me and Hightower don't play chicken. You guys want to sit there and we want to jump right in there and get it on out there.
I mean, we 40 episodes in, and I've been last majority of the time. So why are we trying to fuck that up?
Oh, okay. How about that? That guy over there in the white t-shirt, Charles Jones. The guy with the blanked out profile, that's Anthony Hightower, aka Hightower. And then we have the chef, Mr. Main Topic down low. Hey, make sure y'all check out his food. It's absolutely marvelous. Actually, I haven't checked it out, but that's because I cook myself. And I'm Sam Little, Mr. Maritime.
We out of here, man. We're
They're gonna have someone under the bus shit I
Love
talked
y'all.
about right there too.
Love y'all. Love y'all.